Well, hello guys. You joined me and I thought it'd be a good video to do of doing my pre-flight checks for my first ever triathlon. Now, if you're doing a triathlon for the first time as well, maybe you'll hit some ideas that will actually help you pack a little bit better as well. Maybe there's some things you forgot, and maybe you just get an idea of the amount of stuff that is involved in doing a triathlon. So I'm going to run through it stage by stage, and if you have any questions, pop them in the comments below. So, obviously, first off, we've got the swim. And now, with the swim, I need, first off, my attractive triathlon onesie. Now, I'm sure so many triathletes are going to be really annoyed with the fact that I've called my tri-suit, that's what they're called, a triathlon onesie, but I've just been calling it that for such a long time that, you know, why not? The tri-suit I've gone for is a Orca tri-suit. It's one of the cheaper tri-suits, but I found this one has been fantastic. And as always, you should. I checked the reviews and they were pretty good. So, tri-suit, base layer. That'll stay with me for the entirety of the race in total. Then I've got a selection of swimming hats. Just a selection because if I put my fingers through one and they don't supply one, I've got a spare. Because last thing you want to do is not have one on you if you have to wear one during the race, and or you have hair that needs to be tamed during the race. Goggles. I have a spare pair of goggles as well, but they're in a bag. And a Darth Maul towel. It doesn't have to be Darth Maul. I think any evil leader can help win a race. Yeah, Darth Maul towel. And my wetsuit. As you can see at the moment, it's inside out. I've got my blue 70 wetsuit that was kindly sold to me by my friend Ollie, the one from Norway that I've spoken about before. This particular wetsuit has been an absolute champ. It has lasted me through several different runs, and now all the triathlon training, and hopefully the triathlon itself. So that is the swim. So come up the ramp, take this bad boy off, towel myself down, and then we get on to the bike. Now, the bike, blatantly need my helmet for when I run into those little mopeds that are driving the cameras around. I'm blatantly going to run into one of those. Wiggle, if you don't know Wiggle, Wiggle's a triathlete like equipment website where you can buy a load of stuff. I got my actual tri-suit from Wiggle and a few other bits and pieces. When they send you stuff, they send you packets of Haribo. And that is quite deliberate because sugary little sweets like this, like Haribo, will actually help boost your sugar levels. So when you actually start to crash during the race, you can shovel a small packet of these in. So cheers Wiggle, I'm going to bang these in my little pouch on my bike. I'll show you my bike in a minute. Also things that will go on my bike: puncture repair kit, because you have to fix your own punctures. Not one, but two 850ml bottles, because I'm a thirsty lad and I don't want to get dehydrated, because dehydration is a killer on a race. Sometimes genuinely. Some biking gloves, just because I find it more comfortable, to be honest. In relation to the bottles, I have some high five electrolyte tablets, and basically these tablets are awesome. If you haven't seen them, they're really handy. Basically you just bang one of these in the tub when you're making up your water and it'll fizzle out, and basically add all the electrolytes and salts that you lose during a race into your drinking bottle. So it'll help you stay help you stay correctly hydrated and have enough salts and sugars to carry on, and it'll give you that little boost. I need to have a t-shirt on because I'm not going to just wear my damp tri-suit. That way leads to a lot of cold, and also I'm a bit of a fat knacker, so I want to have a t-shirt on. As always, the DDP Yoga Revolution t-shirt is coming back for another event. When my good friend Dave McCoy purchased me this t-shirt, I had no idea it was going to be my event shirt. I probably should have realised it was going to be, but it is now. Basically, I don't do anything without it. And if you don't know what DDP yoga is, go back a couple of weeks and check out my video of what is DDP yoga, because it'll help you. Obviously, I've got a small training bag. My training bag really should say something about me and my training style. So I've got my Little Chef training bag. If you don't know what Little Chef is because you're American or something like that, Google it. And I have my tri belt. Now, my triathlon belt is not because I need to carry it, because this one's actually a pretty handy one. You have little slips where you can put in gel packs and things like that. Now, I'm not going to go as far as that. However, if I go past a station and there are some gel packs in there, I don't want it right away, I could always tuck it in there, be handy. There's also a little pouch for my phone, but I can't actually take recording devices on the run or the cycle. So I'm probably not going to have that in there. The reason I have the belt is so I can put my race number on it, so it can be attached to the belt, and that's because on the bike you have to have your number on your back, on the run you have to have your number on your front. Now, I don't want to be piddling around with safety pins when I come off my first or second transition, so put it on the belt, I can just spin it round, done. Got this cheeky beast. I've got a lot of pre-flight checks to do on there, making sure that the tyres are in the correct PSI, giving it a cheeky oil, just giving it a bit of a clean, taking things off my day-to-day like my bike lock and things like that, because it will be safe in the actual transition area where I have to leave it, and I don't want to be carrying that extra weight for 40 kilometres. Additional bits that I will need obviously during my bike as well. My trainers, I've got some Puma Descents. I found them to be really good, low cost running trainers. They've served me really well. I've got some inserts in there to help me, because at the moment I've got obviously Achilles issues, so they've got a little bit of a slope on them, so they'll help me use my Achilles less during the race. Dry socks, which I may put talcum powder inside because it helps absorb the moisture on your feet when you get out of the run. So obviously you want dry feet where you're running, and it also helps you slip your feet into your shoes quicker. When I come off the bike, I'm going to bang a cap on, just for dignity's sake, and you never know when it's going to be sunny. Also, I have this KT physio tape. If you don't know about KT physio tape, it is ace stuff. It's effectively like gaffer tape for the muscles, and I will be taping my Achilles up like the Dickens. Look into it, guys. It can save injuries. That is it. That is my triathlon, guys. Now, I've talked about it for a long while. I've trained for a long while, and one of the biggest things I've got to take with me on this, and it's one thing that no one wants to bring, and it is acceptance in the fact that I could fail. Obviously I've had my Achilles injuries, if you've been following on the channel, and that has come at probably the worst time of training. 7 weeks ago I was probably fitter for this triathlon than I am now. So I've got some nerves, but I'm going to do things correctly. I've listened to my physio. Ethan, if you're watching, I have listened to you, and I'm going to take no risks. The swim I will tank. The bike should be fine. The run, I've just got to listen to my body. If at some point my Achilles starts to hurt, I may have to walk, and if it continues to hurt and it gets too much, I'm going to have to stop, which will be a killer, especially due to how kind and generous everyone has been in terms of the donations. And if you don't know, I've been doing this triathlon for Macmillan Cancer, because I don't know anyone that doesn't at least know a friend who hasn't lost someone to cancer. So it's a really good cause to be going through, and obviously I'm going to push myself as hard as I can to complete this. But yeah, you've got to have that preparation that you might not make it around. Don't get me wrong, it is, to me at the moment, a tiny dot. I'm going to smash this. but it's in the background. But hopefully guys, at some point soon I'll be able to put a video up and you'll actually see some of me doing it, because as per usual my loving wife is going to go and stand out there for several hours watching me swim, bike and run. If you guys have any other questions about triathlon gear, or any questions about the gear I've shown you, please feel free to send a message in the comments below. I'll happily link up anything if you want to buy anything in particular. I'm not going to list the whole lot because there's quite a lot of gear here, but if there's anything particular you want to buy, tell me, I'll link you. Right, take care guys. I hope whatever you're planning for, you are starting to get your gear in order, you're starting to get all your in one sock. I hope you're feeling good, hope you're feeling strong. Be your own island guys.